If I had to start a brand new Shopify store from scratch today, with no audience, no products, and no experience, knowing everything I know now, this is exactly what I would do. Step by step. No theory, no fluff, just the exact playbook I would follow to go from zero to making real money. And I'm going to be honest with you about the parts that most people get wrong. Because the way most gurus teach you to build a Shopify store is outdated. They're still teaching tactics from 2020. The game has changed. Customer expectations are higher. Ad costs are different. The tools available are better. So let me show you what actually works right now in 2025. The first thing I would do before I even touch Shopify is nail down my niche and product. Most people skip this part or rush through it. They get excited about the idea of having a store and immediately start picking colors and themes. That's backwards. Your product and niche are the foundation of everything. Get this wrong and nothing else matters. Your ads won't work, your store won't convert, and you'll burn through money wondering what happened. So how do I pick a niche today? I'm looking for three things. First, a passionate audience that already spends money online. Pet owners, fitness enthusiasts, new parents, gamers, outdoor adventurers. These people are already buying stuff constantly. I don't want to convince people to start spending money. I want to show up where money is already flowing. Second, I want a product that solves a specific and annoying problem. Not a nice-to-have product, a need-to-have product. Something where the customer feels genuine relief or excitement when they find it. A regular water bottle is nice to have. A water bottle that keeps drinks ice cold for 24 hours and fits perfectly in every car cup holder is a problem solver. The more specific the problem, the easier it is to sell. Third, I want a product with healthy margins. My rule is I need to sell the product for at least 3 times what it costs me. If the product costs me $10 including shipping from the supplier, I need to sell it for at least $30. That gives me room for ad costs, transaction fees, returns, and still leaves actual profit. If the margins are too thin, you're working for free. And no amount of marketing genius fixes bad math. Now, how do I actually find this product? I'm spending time on TikTok, Instagram, and Pinterest, looking at what products are going viral. Not to copy them, but to spot trends and patterns. I'm searching Amazon's bestsellers in different categories to see what's already proven. I'm browsing AliExpress and supplier directories to understand what's available and at what cost. And I'm using Google Trends to make sure the demand isn't just a spike that's about to die. I want something with sustained or growing interest, not a fad that peaked last month. This research phase takes a few days. Most people spend a few minutes. That's why most people fail. Once I have my product locked in, now I open Shopify. I grab whatever free trial or promotional deal they're running. Usually it's $1 for the first 3 months. I'll leave the link in the description so you can grab the current offer. First thing I do inside Shopify is set up my domain name. I'm buying a clean.com domain that's short, easy to spell, and related to my niche. No weird hyphens, no numbers, nothing confusing. If someone hears the name out loud, they should be able to type it into their browser without guessing. This costs about $12 to $15 a year. Non-negotiable, do not skip this. A myshopify.com URL screams amateur and kills trust instantly. Next, I choose my theme. I'm going with a free theme, specifically Dawn or one of Shopify's other free options. Here's why. Free themes in 2025 are incredibly good. They're fast, mobile optimized, and clean. Paying $200 to $400 for a premium theme when you haven't made a single sale yet is not smart budgeting. The theme is not what makes people buy. The offer, the product, and the trust signals are what make people buy. I've seen ugly stores do 6 figures and beautiful stores make 0. Don't fall into the trap of perfecting your theme for 3 weeks instead of launching. Good enough is good enough. You can always upgrade later with real revenue. Now I set up my product pages, and this is where I spend the most time. Because your product page is your salesperson. It's the thing that convinces someone to pull out their credit card. Everything else just gets them to the page. The page does the actual selling. Here's how I structure a product page that converts. First, the product title is clear and benefit-driven. Not clever, not vague, clear. Ultra slim laptop stand, ergonomic adjustable aluminum, tells you exactly what it is and why it matters. Next, my product images are the best I can possibly make them. I want at least 5 to 8 images. Clean white background shots from multiple angles. Lifestyle photos showing the product in use. Infographic images that highlight key features and dimensions. A size comparison image so people understand the scale. If I'm dropshipping or using a supplier, I ask for their best images and supplement with mock-ups. If I have the product in hand, I'm shooting photos myself with natural light and a clean background. This alone separates serious stores from amateur ones. Now the product description. I don't write a wall of text that nobody reads. I structure it in a way that answers every question a potential buyer has. I open with 1 or 2 sentences that speak directly to the customer's pain point. Tired of hunching over your laptop and ending every workday with neck pain? That hooks them because they feel seen. Then I present the product as the solution. 3 to 5 bullet points highlighting the key benefits, not features. Benefits are what the product does for them. Features are what the product is. Nobody cares that it's made of 6061 T6 aluminum alloy. They care that it's lightweight enough to carry anywhere but strong enough to hold any laptop. Translate every feature into a benefit. Below that, I add a short FAQ section directly on the product page. What are the dimensions? What's the weight limit? Does it work with my laptop model? What's your return policy? Every unanswered question is a reason not to buy. Eliminate those reasons right on the page. Now here's something most new store owners completely overlook. Trust signals. Nobody trusts a brand new store they've never heard of. You have to earn that trust on the product page itself. Here's what I add from day one. A clear and generous return policy badge near the Add to Cart button. Something like 30-day money-back guarantee with a small icon. Secure checkout badges showing that payment information is protected. Estimated delivery time so customers know when to expect their order. And as soon as possible, real customer reviews. Reviews are the single most powerful trust signal in e-commerce. A product with 55-star reviews will outsell an identical product with 0 reviews every single time. To get my first reviews, I send the product to friends, family, or micro-influencers in exchange for an honest review. I install a reviews app like Judge.me, which has a solid free plan. And I set up automated review request emails that go out after delivery. Building reviews takes time, but it's absolutely critical. Once my product page is dialed in, I set up the rest of the store. And I keep it simple. A clean homepage with a hero image, a clear headline about what we sell and who it's for, and a prominent Shop Now button. An About page that tells a genuine story about why this brand exists. People buy from brands they connect with. Even a few sentences about your mission makes a difference. A contact page with an actual email address. Nothing kills trust faster than a store with no way to reach a human. A shipping policy page that sets clear expectations. A return policy page that's fair and easy to understand. That's it. 5 pages. Don't overcomplicate this with a blog, a press page, and 10 different collections when you have 5 products. Keep it tight, keep it focused, ship it. Now let's talk about the checkout experience. This is where money is made or lost, and most people never think about it. I turn on Shopify payments immediately. This gives customers the option to pay with credit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Shop Pay. Shop Pay is huge because it lets returning Shopify customers check out in literally 1 click. Less friction equals more sales. I turn on abandoned cart emails. Shopify has this built in, and it's free. When someone adds a product to their cart but doesn't complete the purchase, they automatically get an email reminding them. This single feature can recover 10 to 15% of lost sales. It takes 2 minutes to set up, and it works in the background forever. Free money. I also make sure shipping is simple. Either free shipping built into the product price or a flat rate that's easy to understand. Nobody wants to get to checkout and see a complicated shipping calculator with 7 different options. Keep it clean. Free shipping over a certain amount is another great strategy. It increases average order value because people add more to their cart to qualify. Now here's where we get to the part that actually determines whether this store makes money. Traffic. The store is built. The product page is optimized. Checkout is smooth. None of that matters if nobody shows up. Here's my traffic strategy if I'm starting from 0 today. Pillar 1. Short-form organic content. I'm creating TikTok and Instagram Reels from day 1. Product demos, unboxings, behind the scenes, before and after transformations. Short, punchy videos that show the product in action. I'm posting at least once a day, ideally 2 to 3 times. The content doesn't need to be polished or professional. In fact, raw, authentic content often performs better than overly produced stuff. People want real, not corporate. The goal here is to get free eyeballs on the product and build an audience organically. Some of these videos will flop. Some might go viral. You don't know which one until you post consistently. Pillar 2. Paid advertising. While organic content builds momentum over weeks, paid ads can drive traffic today. I'm starting with meta ads, meaning Facebook and Instagram. My initial budget is $10 to $20 per day. I create 3 to 5 different ad creatives using the best performing organic content. If a reel did well organically, it'll probably do well as an ad too. The organic content essentially becomes free ad testing. I run broad targeting at first and let Meta's algorithm find the buyers. In 2025, Meta's AI is incredibly good at finding the right audience if you give it good creative. I test for about 7 days before making decisions. If an ad is profitable, I increase the budget gradually. If it's not, I kill it and test new creative. The key is not to panic when your first ads don't make money. Your first round of ads is buying data. You're learning what resonates with your audience. By round 2 or 3, you'll have enough data to create ads that actually convert. Pillar 3. Email marketing. From the moment the store goes live, I'm collecting email addresses. A simple pop-up offering 10% off your first order in exchange for an email. That builds a list from day 1. Then I set up 3 automated email flows. A welcome series for new subscribers that introduces the brand and nudges them toward a purchase. An abandoned cart series that reminds people to finish their order. And a post-purchase series that thanks customers, asks for a review, and recommends related products. These emails run automatically and generate revenue around the clock. Email marketing is the highest return on investment channel in e-commerce. For every dollar spent on email, the average return is $36. And most new store owners completely ignore it. Don't be that person. Pillar 4. Influencer seeding. I take my product and send it to 10 to 20 micro-influencers in my niche. Not celebrities, not people with 1 million followers. People with 5,000 to 50,000 engaged followers in my exact target market. I don't ask them to post. I just send the product with a nice note and say I'd love to hear what you think. Most of them will post about it naturally if they like the product. And their audience trusts their recommendations way more than they trust an ad. One good influencer post can drive more sales than a week of paid ads. And the content they create can be repurposed as ad creative. It's a win on every level. Now here's the final piece that ties everything together. Mindset. If I'm starting over today, I'm committing to at least 90 days before I judge whether this is working. Not 7 days, not 2 weeks, 90 days. The first month is about building, learning, and getting the foundation right. The second month is about testing, iterating, and finding what resonates. The third month is when things start clicking and compounding. Most people quit somewhere in month 1 because they expected overnight results. That's not how business works. It never has been. The people who win are the ones who stay consistent when it feels like nothing is happening. Because underneath the surface, everything is building. Your content is gaining traction. Your ads are gathering data. Your email list is growing. Your reviews are accumulating. And then one day it tips. A video goes viral, an ad starts crushing, a wave of orders rolls in. And suddenly, All that quiet work pays off at once. It's the real game. Not finding some secret hack or magic product. Just showing up every day, doing the work, and letting momentum build. If I were starting over today, that's exactly what I would do. Everything I just laid out in this video. And I would start right now, not next week, not next month, right now. Shopify has a free trial link in the description. Go sign up, follow this playbook step by step, and build something real. You now have the exact roadmap. The only thing left is execution. If this video gave you a clear plan to finally stop overthinking and start building, hit subscribe. I'm putting out new videos every week on e-commerce, online business, and the strategies that actually work in 2025. No hype, no fluff, just real game. See you in the next one.